Okay, if you want to see what the deal is, how Flylady came up to my house, this is how I'm going to do a recreation just for my fly sisters. And as you can tell, my house needs painting. Knocked on the door. I came to the door. I had the dogs in the kitchen so that Lily wouldn't slip out, and I'm sure that Marla went and looked here and looked here. As you can see, it's not perfect. Then we came and we had a hug, and then came the dogs. They came, and they came in. See, there's Lily, and there is Frederick. And then she stopped here and said hi again, and kind of looked around like this and this. Then she came over here and she took her jacket off and placed it there. Then she came back around this way and stood back here and looked. And Michelle was over there, and Michelle came up over to look at some of my racing stuff. I don't know if they noticed my Maryland's Way or not, but I'm sure that the calendar was noticeable. So from there we went into the living room, and I'm going fast here, I told Marla to have a chair here, so she sat here. Then I went over and sat here, and then Kevin Costner was on at the time, and then Michelle, she sat here, and then she talked to Lily, yes, and she talked to Fred, yes, and here is the view that the Flylady had of my place, talking to me over there, talking to Michelle. And then there was times I would sit in this chair too and talk. And I think she probably looked this way too, but we never went into my bedroom. But maybe she could have gotten up and moved around and saw my bedroom like that, or even could see. It's kind of dark, but this is how it went down, like that. And then decided, it was time to go. So they each had to use the bathroom, of course, so I'll recreate using the bathroom, walking in to use the bathroom, right in here. I saw my face in here. Now, I'm sure, guess what? Everybody does this, don't they? In every bathroom? Well, that's what's mine, and even that's what's in mine. And then I'll just sit down, and I bet there's my paper roll. I'm sure she went and looked here and here. And that reminds me that I need to get a new bath mat. And I'm sure she looked up there. And then I bet she looked up here. This is, of course, I wasn't in here when this happened. I'm just recreating it for you silly, silly fly sisters out there. Yes. And I'm sure she washed her hands. See, my sink is nice and shiny. And some of my little piggies came around and used my towel. And I bet Michelle did the same exact thing. She might have looked at my door too. See, that was from a previous owner. And then came out like this and said, well, gosh, this was a really nice visit here. And so glad we got to see ya. And then walked here and picked up her shirt and put it on. And they walked here and around, and I was talking to them. And then I stopped. She stopped here, and I showed her that I was bringing all of you girls to the party, pretty much. And then I rolled out this thing that is all the group members, which I'm not rolling it out right now. She thought it was pretty neat. She said someday that I will have a million members. And I said I wasn't even expecting this much. And she said, either was I. I thought that was kind of cool. And so then they took off. I gave Michelle some marigold seeds. They took off, and I'm sure they saw this. And they opened the door and got another hug. And I had both dogs, was holding both dogs, and went outside, which I'm not going outside this time because I know that there's a Houdini behind me that would slip out the door. But that was my experience. And I was just in awe. And I'm still in awe that it really actually happened. So here is the lowdown for all of you gals out there that flying is possible. And now I am going to go to town to get my few items that I need, because I have to do it today. Tomorrow it's supposed to snow. So, over and out. Keep flying, girls.